All right, and good morning, traders. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, depending, of course, on wherever you are in the world. This is your host, Christopher Guzman, and our co-host, Richard Hooper. Morning, Rich. Can you hear me? You know, it would be helpful is if I unmuted myself on the Zoom so that Rich could hear me.
Good morning, mate.
There he is. Good morning, good morning. How you doing?
The devil. I'm doing very well, mate. And in 1 pip's time.
You were just about to talk about the dollar yen, weren't you? And now you're...
Bosh. If anyone's watching, I've just made $100. Have a good day. See you later. Bye.
So lots to talk about this morning with regard to the dollar. Yeah, the dollar is we're in this phase with the dollar at the moment. You know, you have your initial impulse, then you have your correction, and then you have this phase right here, which I feel can only be summed up in this way.
Yeah.
And this is while the dollar figures out what the hell it wants to do with itself.
Mate, look at the healthy, very healthy 15-minute Langle on the dollar yen.
Yes.
No time for formalities just now, mate. You gotta zoom right into this.
Nope, let's do it.
You must have a stop order, surely.
Yeah, so 45. I'm looking at 45. The only, I mean, I can take this back.
Now, mate.
Yeah, no, I know. Oh, it's at 46. The only thing, though, is I want to wait for the close of the candle because we're in dangerous territory at the moment. You know, you can see, yes, there's a sell signal, but it's, as far as the MACD is concerned, but it's happening inside the buy zone. The market is now entering into the sell zone as far as out in the field is concerned, but we're only just entering into the sell zone, right? So I need a bit more confirmation than that, because especially with the dollar being in this phase that it's in right now, you know, this is very likely to just kind of whipsaw around a bit. I don't see a convincing argument to say that this is ready to take off right this moment. That's why I want to wait for the close of the candle. Now, having said that, I'm going to add a caveat there, because having said that, if this candle were to close looking the way it does right here, I mean, that's beautiful. That's an evening star. Only one problem with that, it's also a new low, isn't it? So chances are it's going to establish the low, which obviously would mean a pullback. And so I would want to wait for the pullback and then get in. That's what I would want to do here. If I go up to the larger time frame as well, this is what I was saying to you this morning, mate, with regard to the 60 and 50. I know it's only a 10 pip range here, but it is a range. We're looking at an engulfing bear right here. I'm on the 2-hour time frame now. MACD is all the way down here in the buy zone and giving a buy signal, but obviously that's not supported out in the field by the actual price action. And the stochastic RSI also doesn't agree with it being currently kind of in no man's land, but on the upper tier of no man's land, right? More toward the sell zone than the buy zone. Plus, obviously, we also have room to this trend line, right? Because again, I'll say it again. I'll say it every single day. Anytime the market breaks one trend line, it tends to make its way to the next available one, right? And so I've actually been looking at 104.30 on this for a little while, and 104.30 I still think is a good area. 104.30, 104.20, but that means we're only looking at another 20 or so pips, 25 pips before I'm dealing with some major support right there. So I got to be careful. Got to be very careful.
To put it into perspective, I think we are at the lower end of the market. I do think it's due to come back up. I've got a 104.28 as my 1 hour price level on the matrix, which is a 3rd level band shade, so strong. It's in now the 1st buy zone on the algo, and I have a double fib confluence at 104.25 as well as your trend support level. So I was in to buy, I've just cancelled that and I hedged it with a sell there. I'm now going to wait for the 104.30 or maybe the 25 level and buy dollar yen.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Look at on the daily time frame here. 104.25 is a 61.8 retracement level, and it's in line with that trend line. The only thing here, so this trend line is absolutely critical and pivotal, because there's something here that I want you to pay attention to, and this is something that for anyone watching, hopefully this is something that can really help make a big difference in the way you look at the markets, right? And that is that, yes, while we're on the second fib technically of this little trend here, you got to zoom out, man. You got to zoom out. You got to look at the bigger picture, right? Because the bigger picture tells me I'm in a downtrend overall, and I've got a daily anticipated sub 1.618 all the way down here, and I've got an anticipated 127 all the way down here at 74.13. See that? If I go up to the weekly time frame, it starts to you can start to see a little bit more of what it is I'm looking at there. Look at the waves. I'm going to highlight these. Right. Let's just do this. See that? And so every time we make a new lower high, we tend to come down and make a new lower low as well. Because overall, long term, we're in this downtrend here. And overall, long term, while we have broken out of this long-term channel, it's been a long time. We've had a good run here. The bulls have had a very good run here. Hang on a minute. Sorry. I'm looking at Kiwi dollar. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I was wondering, mate.
Wait a minute. There we are. That looks better. Okay. So, start again. Same thing applies. So on the weekly time frame, right? You see this range here on this weekly time frame? So it's the same sort of scenario where we were up at resistance, and from resistance here we've got this little channel. See that? Back down to support. So again, you're seeing this trend line appearing here as well on the weekly time frame. This is the exact same trend line I'm referring to on the daily time frame that we were looking at, that one there, and on obviously the 2-hour time frame. That's this exact trend line right here. So this is going to be absolutely pivotal in here. I think there is a selling opportunity down to that level, certainly, down to around, 30, 20. I would go 20. I would go 20
Where does your line meet, mate? Your trend, where does that meet?
around the 20 region.
Okay.
Yeah, around the 20 region.
I'm literally just yeah, I've got a 28, I've got a 25, and I've also got a 21. So 21 would probably be that trend line then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what that would be.
Right, okay. I'm gonna go for 21 then. I always go for the best price, man.
Go for
21. I'm going for it, man.
See, now, as we get down to this region, I might sell this down to there. And then as we get down to that region, what I would need to have is obviously some indication that support is going to hold. Because if not, if support doesn't hold, then it's pretty much smooth sailing at that point down to 103.63. It's really the next. Yeah, really 103. I would argue 103.50 to 103.60 in that range. That's sort of the next target here if support in this region doesn't hold. So if support gets broken here, I'm anticipating a rally for the pullback, then resistance, and then I would look for a formation to form right here to confirm that the next move is down to this low here.
Okay.
If support holds, however, then obviously that's in line with the trend, and I've got no worries about the trend and going bullish on dollar yen. But again, my point here, I can't stress it enough, it all comes down to that trend line right there. That trend line gets broken.
To be fair, 104.20 is my 104.10 is my my bottom.
104.10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
So on that basis, I'm gonna go for a 20 pip stop with a 20 take profit. That's what I'm gonna do. From 104.21, mate. I'm doing it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, now in here, okay, so we just got
20
to close
pips
the
ain't a lot.
candle. 104.45. Let me just say something here, because if I took it to 104.10, I got that much room. I got 35 pips there, but what's the risk? That's the question.
What is the risk, man?
What is the risk? That would be 68, 73. Right, 60, so 73. 104.73. 28 in risk for 35 in reward. It's not quite my 1 to 1.5, is it?
Oh, I missed a pound yen at 7:30 this morning.
Pound yen. We're going to take a look. As a matter of fact, so I'll come back to this dollar yen because, again, like I say, here we go with the test, right? So we're now in the sell zone, but here comes the pullback. So, wait for that pullback. I'm telling you, that pullback's coming. Let's go to pound dollar. There we are. So pound dollar has just pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. This has been stronger than I anticipated. I was targeting to 38.01, and then anticipating, some kind of pullback, something. Give me something. Nothing. Support has held and just really kept pushing this thing. So what I want to do and what I have to do is go up to the larger time frame and get a look. Larger time frame. So on the daily, I can see there is still some room for this to move here. And what we're actually operating off of is a morning star. And now that we've broken past these resistance levels here, begs the question, where's the next resistance level? And on daily time frame, that's at 39.98. That's 150 pips away. So that's interesting.
Mate, you see pound dollar just popped there beyond that 45.
Pound dollar.
Yeah, it just popped. It's 45 is a really strong level. It just, that's it, broke now.
Yeah. So I'm thinking this has potential.
We've had a 40 pip
to
move
carry
now.
on.
Another 10 pips and that'll be tired. My high is 38.62 for the pound dollar.
Let's see something here.
38.65 on the algo.
38.65 for what? For a sell?
Yeah. Pound yen's in the sell zone as well now. So pound weakness, yen strength, dollar weakness, buy dollar. The pounds needed to get into position.
You see support held there. Support held right there. Didn't.
If you look at the
Ended up not
dollar,
going anywhere.
it's just set a new low. Okay. Pound yen needs to come up more though.
Yeah, see that dollar index is. We've got plenty of selling room here, man. We're oversold. That's the trouble.
I know.
It's not really a fantastic time to be trading right now.
It's weird, man.
It's not a fantastic time to be trading. There's not very clear moves. This dollar CAD's moving nicely, but again,
I think the dollar's gonna carry on coming down, mate. I see it reaching the sort of 20s. I do see that. And then I think it'll come up from there. I do actually think that's what's gonna happen.
So
these pounds are gonna carry on climbing.
If I have a look, so this is 28 pips in risk. If I were to take this, what I would do, I mean, and this is, I am kind of stretching it a little bit here. I am kind of massaging a trade out of this. Because I normally wouldn't, but what I would do is take it here, put a target at 10, but then trade manage as soon as we're 20 pips in profit, just move the stop to break even. No other criteria, no highs, no lows, no, like, literally 20 pips in profit, move the stop to break even. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Yeah, that's kind of the only thing I can really do here on this one. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that it's broken 50 though is a good sign. I mean, if you look at that, where's the daily? Let me pull up daily dollar yen. Yeah, see, so it's got some room, man. It really does have some room. Dollar yen 4.2, so I'm 3 pips off entry. 3 pips off ideal entry anyway. I'm not crazy about it. I'm being honest about that.
I think you should wait, mate. I think you should wait.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about it.
I don't think you should be trying to surf the short wave and then to get in on the long wave. I reckon just wait for the long wave because it could turn now. There is still plenty of upside potential up to that 106, mate, for the dollar. And it could turn now.
Yeah.
Like, we sometimes think we know what's going to happen, but nobody really knows what's going to happen. So I think there's more reference points to go off of a long position from 20-ish.
No, but see, I do think if it again, I can't stress it enough. If support breaks right there, this is falling. I'm falling and falling and falling. If support breaks, this thing is going.
Big if.
But
mate, 20 pips is a distance for the dollar yen to move, man.
It is
quite a far distance. Like, I'm buying it. I'm buying it at 20, 21. It's at a 50 fib for me. It's at a level 3 buy zone, and it's at a band shed level 3 1 hour time box. Like, that just screams buy me. Plus your trend line Like there's a lot to support in favor of buying in that. Like it, if trading is always 50-50 no matter what, I would say with the evidence available, there's a higher probability of it coming up from the 20 level than it is for it to continue selling.
Yes,
You
I
know?
agree, but it is a case. You're right. It is just a
I know
case
your
of just
daily
wait.
unfulfilled is taking it down that direction, so I think you're going to need to make use of a larger stop with a wider time frame swing, mate.
Yeah,
None of this 20, 30, 40, 50 pip stuff.
yeah,
Because I think what you're doing is you're looking at it knowing its unfulfilled potential, but then tracking it in the 2 hour or the 15 when if you're taking the daily evidence into the case, which you are, and it's fair, it makes sense, you're gonna have to use a daily trade to trade it. Which that trend line wouldn't mean nothing. That trend line's nothing. It might as well not be there if you're gonna put a daily type trade. And that's all happening this morning. Okay, Aussie dollar has just gone long. Aussie dollar long.
yeah. That's
Dollar yen
what I'm
down.
thinking.
Dollar yen's dropping like you wouldn't believe now.
Yeah. So in terms of Aussie dollar, I do have something. I do have something. Let's see. There's a candlestick I can scalp. Now that we're breaking back above support, there's a candlestick I can scalp. 10 pips above, so 57, 7757. 5 pips
Moves
away
like a
from
dream,
there.
innit, man?
This
The
one
Aussie dollar has moved like a dream since the 4th of Feb.
Aussie dollar. 7729. Right. So 28 in risk, 42 in reward. 7799. I like that.
I've got a market cap at 7.6.
You've got a market cap at 760.
Yeah.
Six, yeah, 6-4. 639.
7776, yep. 7776.
See the dailies. Look at the daily. What's happened here? The daily's operating off of this. See this engulfing bull? Beautiful engulfing bull right at the trend line. Right at the trend line. So I reckon this is ready to make a new high. I reckon this is ready to pop and take out these highs here, make a new one, which would then update that trend line.
Is it beating that last little red triangle you got just now?
No, that's 6-4. That's the level we were just looking at. That's 6-4 right there. That's on the 2 hour. That's this one right here. It's this high. That's why I'm hesitant to, because if we hit 6-4, it's also in line with that outer trend line there. Chances are we get a pullback and I can get a better price. It's just a waiting game, man. Today's just kind of it's not great. It's not great. Not a great morning for new trades.
Mate, the matrix system fancies itself a monster long right now.
Where?
On the pound dollar.
Yeah.
So the way the monster trade works is if it breaks a new high or low within a particular currency, within its latest trend, within I think it's the latest trend of about 100 pips it calculates.
Yeah.
It's a bit more of a price action thing, but then it scales in 1% over the course of the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, and 60 minute time frames. So if the price drops now to about the 45 level, it'll get in for a long, but it checks to see if the roads are clear ahead of it on the system, which they are for the pound. And look at it, mate.
299.
It's going, man.
I'm gonna go to it now. Yeah, we're at 2140 now. We're breaking 2140. That's very interesting. Kiwi dollar. See a little 2-hour opportunity here. Kind of trend line break and a candlestick formation in the works. If we break the counter trend line. You see? Once again.
Yeah, you've got a lot of conditional criteria this morning, mate.
It's, you know, my criteria is the same. It's the market is not meeting any of them.
Yeah,
the criteria remains the same.
Look at that 1 hour candle on Euro Aussie, mate. With 1 minute to go, check that out.
Hold on a minute. Yeah.
Oh, you're in a trade for that. Oh, that's a trade now.
Oh,
okay. Euro up. Aussie dollar down. Dollar up. Aussie dollar up. Euro down. Forget that, man. It's just a range of just meh.
That's bound for a pullback at some point, man. Look at that. That is bound for a pullback. Right. Let me see something here. Let's go to the daily. Let's go to the daily.
Pound dollar's now in a breakout.
Yeah, I think it's gonna go. I think it's gonna make an attempt for to break 140, 39.98. I think it's gonna do it. So here on 15, if I can get a pullback back to the trend line, right? If I can get a pullback back to the trend line, that's about the 30 region. By the time this updates, it'll be about the 30 region. So if this thing can come back to 30, I'll look to buy it at around 30. I want to buy it at around 54. It's a bit too...
£1 dollar?
Yeah.
I've got a pending order at 3809.
See, look at that. That's got 3887 is my 2.618 target on this, on the 15 minute. And it does look like it's trying. I think we're gonna get a pullback here though. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see this pullback, and then we've got support by way of this T3, this T3, and then of course these two coupled with the main, which are kind of tracking together at the moment, indicating a strong buy zone. It's a very strong buy zone. It would take a lot to break this back into the sell zone, a lot. But I do think we're going to get the pullback, so I want to wait for the pullback and then look to get in long. And I can take it 38.87. I can take it even further than that. I can actually take it, because I've got an anticipated 1.618 at 39.41 as well. So the 2.618 here is for the subs, and then the 1.618 is all the way at 39.41. And if you go up to the daily time frame, my next resistance target here is 39.98. So there is room there. There is plenty of room there to the upside. Plenty. For me, it's just a case of I want to get, if I can help it, I want to try to get a slightly better price. You know what I mean?
Absolutely know what you mean, mate.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, mate.
And that, for me, that definitely means dollar yen's coming down. I mean, like, we're sitting at 42. It's dollar yen really likes moving in like 10 pip increments and then hanging for a bit.
And then doing nothing with its life.
Yeah, yeah. It's a 10 pip wonder currency.
That's why I hate dollar yen. Welcome to my world. Honestly, it does my head in, man.
Yeah, it's a 10 pip wonder currency. It moves 10 pips and then takes a break.
Euro Aussie, I should be buying on mistake.
Let's see Euro Aussie. Batman. Wait a minute, Batman.
Got distracted.
Wait a minute, Batman. What have we got here?
I bet it makes 10 pips as well. I'll be raging.
Wait a minute, Batman.
I'm raging. I've missed it again. What can you see? If this Eurazi moves 3 more pips now, I'm raging.
It's proof Rich is not looking at my screen. See?
Wow. Oh, counter trend break.
But
it's in the sell zone now.
Can you see my screen?
Look at the, yeah.
That.
Potential counter trend break. We've got stock lower size of.
You don't see my screen, do you? It doesn't come through on Zoom. I mean, because I just put something over the charts. You didn't see that, did you?
No.
Oh, look at that. Okay, so that's a Zoom thing. Need to figure that one out.
1 more pip, mate, and I'm raging. I kind of want this to win. I want it to win because it'll prove the strategy once more. But I want it to lose because I missed it. That's me being selfish.
So, in terms of Euro Aussie on 2 hour, the MACD looks pretty good. We're also breaking the counter trend line. You can see with the automated trend line as well, we're breaking that too. So, it looks like we're attempting to break into the buy zone here, which is rather interesting. I mean, the pullback that we're working off of here as well does have the requisite 1, 2, 3 counter candles, which is very interesting. So we're getting a break. My thing is, I would want to wait the hour and see if we do in fact break above. If we break above, that's good. If we break below and we have this price rejection like you're seeing here, then obviously, there's a chance that we're not breaking back into the buy zone just yet, right? And on the 15, you can see that's basically, what's the high here? 78. Yeah. So 78 is the high to beat. That's what I'm looking at, 78.
It is a ranging market, but it's not ranging enough, to be honest.
If
I'm getting out of that.
This is a big if, but if
Doesn't work out.
This closed looking the way it did right here, that's actually a pretty decent signal. It's in the buy zone on the 15. It's a buy signal. It's at that point would be an engulfing bull. You know what I'm saying? Plus, it establishes this high right here, which is what the market is trying to do right now. And if you come in here, watch this.
Oh, yeah.
It's also a 69.4 fib.
Can't win them all, but it does go down on the books. 56.65.
Ooh, do you know what? Euro CAD's looking a little tasty. Euro CAD's looking a little tasty. Let me have a look at Euro CAD.
Buy it?
No, not to buy. To sell back to the trend line, mate. Look at that.
Sell it quick.
Terrible influence, you know that.
Aussie dollar 77.35. I want to buy it. Talk to me. How many views we got this morning? Any?
Nobody asking questions or anything. Couple people popping in and out.
Hopefully we got at least 16.
because you're boring, mate. That's what it is.
Mate, come on. I'm 6 picks up. Pips.
Look at this. Euro CAD. So this actually looks quite nice. I might actually take this. 10 pips below 79. So 5379. 413, 5413 for a potential stop there.
Oh, okay.
See what I'm looking at?
Yeah. Sell it now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And then 5413 and 5379, so that's 34. So I want to go for a minimum of 51. That's 5328. Ooh. Mate. Did we actually find something decent finally?
Really?
This morning?
Oh, God.
Maybe? Possibly?
Maybe. That's all I've got to say to that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Look at that, 382 as well. Ooh, I like it. I'm taking it. This is 34 in risk. Right, get out of my way. What's up? 30. What did I say? 34? Yeah, 34.
Close. Yeah.
34. So this is Euro CAD. Stop loss at 154.13. I'm looking for a take profit at 153.28. I'm basing this off of Strat 1, which is a candlestick formation, Strat 2, C to D completion play, Strat 4 counter trend line break, and I need to just hurry up and put this on already and stop rattling off the strategies before I miss the entry, because I'm too busy telling you what strategies telling me to get in rather than just getting in. 1, 2, 4, and strategy 6. So it's 4 out of 6 strategies calling for an entry on this. I like it. I've kind of hidden placed that. That's very, very tasty. So I have a sneaky suspicion. Let me see what Pound CAD's doing.
That makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, so that's definitely just localized to the Euro CAD, that one. Although Euro JPY, ooh, Euro JPY, very tasty. Very tasty indeed. Look at that. Very tasty. Breaking into the sell zone here. Broken into the sell zone, closed into the sell zone. 10 pips below is going to put me at 6.7. Oops. And then I'm looking at $96, 126.96 for a stop. $29 in risk, so 43 at a minimum. 126.23. It's done. It's right here. Not bad. Not bad at all. Probably would require some trade management. I would look to, so first of all, there's that low there and then this low here. So 65 and 45 are basically the two zones here on Euro JPY to look out for. Other than that, though, it's actually a pretty decent, pretty clean signal. I'm going to take this.
Yeah, I think that's nice, mate. I'd probably get out at the 43 though.
Yeah. Yeah,
to be honest. Or I'd move stop or part position, whatever.
Yeah.
Because you got that trend line and what would 101 be here? 67. What, you got 34? How many pips?
29 in risk.
29 from that 67. Where does that leave you? 30 would be 37. Yeah, if you could get down to 40. It's just about a 1-to-1.
Yeah.
That would be fair.
I'm happy with that, yeah. Right, so I've placed that. So I've got a EuroCAD. Let me actually clean this up because I'm not in on all these, but they're highlighted. Okay, so EuroCAD, EuroJPY, looking at 2 cells there. EuroGBP, man, also selling. Also selling in the direction of the trend. We've actually just completed a larger fib with a 1.618. This trend line's not even relevant anymore. It's broken. It's not correct. This one isn't either. Looks tasty too, simply for the fact that 10 pips on EuroGBP on a 15-minute time frame may look like a huge move. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? 87.59. Okay, so I'm only 3 pips off there. Tell you what, actually, 6-1. So if I move this to 5-1, if I literally just scalp this candle in the context of the other strategies that are also calling for a sell here. 7-9, that's 8-4 for a stop. That clears the high, which I like. 8-7, 8-4. And 8-7-5-1, that's 33 in risk. So 49 in reward. That's 87.01. That's down right here. Yeah, I like it. $87.01, that's right here. Oh yeah, I like that. Right, I got another one for you, mate. You ready? Coming through. Here we go. What did I say here? 33 in risk? 33. Right, this is a Euro GBP. And I'm looking at 8784 for a stop, 8701 for my target. Getting in based off of strategies 1, 2, 4, and 6. Here again. And I'm looking at a pending order on at 8751. So clean 50 pips there if it works out. Right, so that's EuroCAD, EuroJPY, and EuroGBP all positioned, ready to rock and roll, assuming the market, hoping the market obliges and allows for some rock and roll.
You like a bit of rock around the clock.
Euro NZD. Ooh. Oh, mate. I'll tell you what, actually.
Eurodollar?
Might be Euro weakness. when I say weakness, I mean the pullback that I've been waiting for. We might be looking at something here. Hang on. Let's have a look.
Well, I'm buying it at 17. 15.
See that 2 hour? Look at that. I don't know, man.
Selling, isn't it?
It's got some potential for a sell here. Definitely has some potential for a sell.
The MACD says sell me.
So does the stochastic. I think it's got room down to 85, 2085. I do, man. I think it's got room down to 2085, and then beyond that, 2015 is the next one. If this actually does push and close as like a shooting star or an engulfing bear or something, obviously.
My support for the day, mate, is 2083.
Is it?
Yep. That's my market bottom for the day.
Yeah, see, and I'm at 8.5, so. I said this the other day, didn't I? You and I tend to be like within 2 to 5 pips of each other. Like we end up with these levels that are 2 to 5 pips away, pretty consistently. Yep. Pretty consistently. It's actually.
It's good, mate. You know, we've got different approaches slightly. You understand mine, I understand yours, and this is what it's all about. I guess what that means is, if you decide to sell this, you know, be aware that 20885 is the level you should be looking at getting out. And so, what is that in relation to where your stop loss would be, and what would be the risk to reward ratio there, you know?
Or at least not so much necessarily where I'd get out, but at least where I'd look to certainly trade manage.
Trade manage, yeah.
Yeah. Certainly trade manage. Because 8.5, from where we are currently, I mean, obviously I'd have to drop this down to a 15. So let's have a look. The low here is 21.26, so 21.16, which is already lined up for me conveniently. 15 pips above the high can put me at 58, 21.58. So 42 in risk, 63 at a minimum in reward. That's 2053. 2053. Oh yeah. Oh, tasty. You're right, mate.
I'm better now.
That's tasty, man. Ooh. What? Oh, I just saw the fib. I just pulled out and saw the fib. Look at the fib. That's giving us an evening star at an 86% pullback. Mate, I'm setting this up. There's the evening star, right?
Okay, yeah.
And the high that's left behind as a result of that evening star. Look at the fib. 86% pullback.
Ah, nice.
That's blackjack, baby. That is blackjack. Okay.
So sell everything.
It has to make sense with the larger time frame, but based on that target, 1962. Let me just see where that falls. 1962.
Yeah, so if it drops, you need that 208090 level to hold, and then potentially carry on, you know.
Yeah, 1962. Hmm. Now that's interesting, mate. That is very interesting. So on the daily time frame, right, what I'm looking at currently, we've had this rally. You know, obviously we came down to the trend line. We broke the trend line. So actually I've got to update that. We broke the trend line here, right? But then broke back above it on the test, which of course turned resistance, what was for a hot minute there resistance, turned it back into support. However, the fact that we've broken, this may come down to take another bite because we broke the trend line, right? So it may come down to take another bite, especially because as we get to this point here, we're already kind of stalling a little bit. If you look at the stochastic, by the time we get to the close, this is the daily stochastic, so we're at 64 for argument's sake, we'll round up. By the time we get to the close, that could very easily jump to 10 points to be in the sell zone. See what I'm saying? Because it's a daily time frame. Now, on the 2 hour, you're starting to see the stalling a little bit here, and the stochastic is lined up the way it is, as is the MACD. You can even see the histogram starting to change, which is very, very interesting indeed. If this candle were to close looking the way it does right now, if it were to close exactly at this moment in time, that's technically a shooting star. It's an indication of certainly a pullback at a minimum. So if that's the case, we've got room down to the trend line here. So I guess what I'm saying is it's a little too early to make the call. I mean, I'm going to make the call because it's a technicality, right, down to 1962, but it's too early, in my opinion. It's too early to take a trade all the way down to there. You know what I mean? I wouldn't just take that in one big trade.
Look at what is in the way.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's, you know, if these are floors, then that better be like some gigantic grand piano or something that you're chucking down, right? Because it's got a lot to break through. There's a lot of support there to break through, for sure. 2053 though, that trade is not bad, but it would require a decent amount of trade management. The thing is, I've been waiting. I'm still waiting for euro dollar to pull back. I'm waiting for pound dollar to pull back. I'm waiting for all these things to pull back across the board because we've had such a rally, for such a healthy rally. Just strip it back to basic market mechanics, mate, right? Basic 101. What goes up must come down. So just naturally, without any indicators or anything else, just naturally, market's got to come down. I'm anticipating it because that's what the market does, right? It's just a question of when. It's not if, it's when. Dollar yen, interestingly, see that it moves in 10 pip increments and then hangs out for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, I'm actually setting up to get in again
on dollar yen.
But at 58, yeah, I'm gonna sell it at 58. I'm about to get in Aussie dollar at 7735. Long for 10.
Yeah, 7735.
15 stop loss, 10 take profit. Yeah, it's not the best setup, but it is still.
That's selling, mate. This is getting ready to sell. So I actually do think now. I'm starting to get more and more convinced that the pullback is finally going to happen. This is probably going to be a case, though, of we're going to see some a crazy New York session. I bet you.
It requires dollar strength, though.
But that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So we may actually get that in come the New York session.
But then, interestingly, if the dollar moved up to the 58 level where I needed to sell, that's 10 pips. 10 pips pushes all the other ones 20 and 30 pips.
Yep.
So that small dollar yen drop earlier by 15 pips, look how much it moved the pound dollar. It's that full, if you look at the times, right, it's the full 44 pip move of the pound dollar. 44 pips the pound dollar moved on a 10 to $15 drop.
Euro JPY's just taken me in. And that's on a sell, which would indicate, but I think it's euro driven. I don't think it's yen driven. I think it's euro driven this morning.
Don't get me wrong, like the correlations aren't always perfect, but we would need dollar to come right the way up for euro, etc. to.
Unless, well, that's where. So I agree, but I also kind of disagree as well, because like you rightly said, correlations aren't always like, yeah, there's general correlation, absolutely, but there are times, mate, when this market is heavily driven by something other than the dollar or the yen. You know what I mean? There are times when it's just the euro, and that's it. It's just the euro moving, like, and that's it. There's no when it's doing things like that. There's no rhyme or reason, or it's hard to make sense of try to make rhyme or reason, because you're trying to think in terms of the correlation. But if you're only seeing one or two move and the rest are doing the exact opposite, but that's just goes to show you that correlation doesn't always play a role. You know what I mean?
No, they don't, and these are always bets. At the end of the day, it's educated gambling, mate. And the trades, the take profits that we're considering and looking at, they're all within an hour or two type trades. So, it's all well and good taking into account like the daily mechanics, but there's not much. Like the daily mechanics don't affect whether a currency is going to move for 20 pips. They're your larger type trades. So when you go through your stuff, the daily's cool, but I'm only really looking at the 2 hour and the 15-minute stuff.
Yeah,
I think that's more appropriate. Applicable.
The reason I pay attention to the daily though is because, as you know, I'm more of a swing trader than I am a scalper. Whereas you're more of a scalper, so that makes absolutely perfect sense, right? Why would you spend time on the daily when you're only looking at 10, 20 pip moves at a time? You know what I mean? And in that sense, you're absolutely right. The daily, it's not like the daily makes much of a difference as far as 10 or 20 pips goes, but in terms of kind of setting the tone for the day and getting the projection for the week, I look at the larger time frame to say, right, okay, where are we, and put things in context, right? Like, for example, right here on this Aussie dollar on the daily time frame, I wouldn't be looking to get in on any sort of massive buys or anything on the smaller time frames, because we've got huge resistance right there. We've got a trend line. Plus we've got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, me too. That's exactly what I'm saying. But what I'm getting at is that the benefit of turning to this daily time frame is that it helps me to identify that straight away. You know what I mean? Because I can see the resistance there. So if I'm on the smaller time frames and I'm seeing a buy signal on a smaller time frame, and it's saying that whatever system I'm using or strategy I'm using, whatever the case may be, let's say that on that smaller time frame it's calling for a big buy right here. Well, I'd say, well, hang on a minute, I don't think so, right? Because you got that massive resistance right there. Plus, if you look at the stochastic, you see, but that's it. That's the extent of what I'm really looking at on a daily basis, right? then I just live on the 2 hour and 15 minute from that point. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So what are you gonna do?
This has good potential for a sell, mate. It really does. It really does.
Come on, Aussie dollar, you little pleb. I just like to see the strategy work, you know.
We all like to see the strategy work, mate.
Well, this time in particular, because I've changed it up a little bit now. I've gone for 15 for 10, which I know is counterintuitive, but I believe in this. 10 trades out of 10 now, mate, since Monday, based on those two things.
That's fantastic.
It's stupid, to be honest. Like, it's actually a bit stupid because essentially the gamble is, will it hit the take profit before the stop loss? That's it. That is it. You know,
which is gonna happen first? It's gonna hit both, but which is gonna happen first?
Yeah, you know, and then how frequently over 100 trades does that work out? That's what I want to find out. So that's what I'm trying to track here, and then I'll start doing it for reals on that particular strat.
I am liking a sell on Aussie dollar.
Sorry, eight trades. Sorry, I've got 2. Oh no, I did one just. I need to put that on later though. So we've got 7. I've got 7 lined up today, mate.
Nice. I'm about to get in. I'm looking at Aussie dollar for a sell. And I'm in, so I've been taking in on Euro GBP and Euro JPY, both selling. I'm now looking at Aussie dollar.
Nice.
Selling as well. So I've got 33 in risk. Right, here we go. Aussie dollar.
Aussie dolls. We've got 6 back to the 1 minute on the Aussie dollar. I think what we'll probably see is it maybe get to about the 7.30 level, and then it'll come back up for a little mini pullback, and then continue selling. That's what I'm hoping for. But that's what's cool about this strat, is it gets in with the trend and catches the 10 pip pullback on a reversal.
Yeah.
It has done in the past, and it'll prove it now this time. Hopefully this is a 70% type trade.
Kiwi dollar is also looking very tasty indeed for a sell.
That
very tasty.
I thought you set that up earlier.
No, not on Kiwi. Aussie dollar, yeah.
Dolly end's climbing. It's climbing.
Here comes the pullback. Told ya. Here comes the pullback. Yeah, we broke back above 50. If we break above 60, there's a good chance that we're looking at a nice pullback and a lot of opportunity across the board. If we break above 60, have to break above 60 on dollar yen.
To do what?
For a
continue long.
Yeah. And therefore, obviously, a nice pullback across the board everywhere else. 32 in risk, a very similar situation on the Kiwi dollar. Right, Kiwi dollar. I'm setting this up for a sell as well.
Well, it is at a 61 and a 50 fib, and with a 20 pip stop, people will be coming back to their entry point now. It's just whether it continues selling in the next 15 to 60 minutes based on this new. This is a second bite of the 1 hour.
Yeah.
With 10 back to the 1 minute.
Oh, damn it.
It's now hitting the 34 EMA. This is decision moment, mate. For the dollar yen. And it'll probably decide the rest of the day now.
Yeah, agreed.
So I've got a 1 hour bounce set up there, which is a fair effort, and I've also got a
I'm in on Euro JPY, in on Euro GBP, and I'm lighting up in green Kiwi dollar, Aussie dollar, Euro CAD.
Oh, pound yen. Oh, sell limit. What happened? Dollar yen. Ah, yeah, cool. Interesting. There's a lot happening, guys.
Look at yeah, wow, pound yen. Look at that. Whew.
Pound yen, talk to me.
Holy cow. Nice big spike on pound yen. Just broke 80.
Okay.
Ooh, the pounds across the board, mate.
Look at that
Big
60.
rally on pound across the board.
You're Aussie, man. It only went and did it, little twat.
Euro USD, I'm gonna set this one up too.
It only went and done it, mate.
Who done it?
That's it, 10 pip strat in the bag. Can't believe it, man. 35 minutes. What happened there? Buy limit. Oh my god, I'm in 4 trades. Okay. It only went and done it. I can't believe it. 565. And it's up at the 76. That's 10, mate. With a 4.7 fulfillment. I should be happy. But I told you I missed it. Oh my god, dollar yen, look at that.
Be happy.
Euro dollar.
There you go, broke above 60. That's it, bro. Dollar strength the rest of the day, I'm telling you now. Calling it now. Dollar strength the rest of the day.
I don't even know what my trades are going to do right now.
There she goes. 4 minutes to the close of the candle. If we close above 60, man, forget it. Forget it. Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm now in on Kiwi dollar, Euro yen, Euro GBP, and Aussie dollar, lighting up in green on Euro CAD. Looking at this dollar yen, if we close like that, that's gorgeous. If we close like that, that's gorgeous.
Crazy, man.
Come on, baby. 3.5 minutes to go. What's this one up to? Dollar CAD as well. Ooh. I like it a lot.
I'll laugh if it just comes all the way back down. Bounce short on the dollar yen. Oh, no way. Okay.
Short on the dollar yen.
I'm gonna take that. Well done, Mr. Auto Trader. Thanks for the heads up.
27.03.
That's 15 back. I'm gonna take that. Oh, he's only gonna took it. Okay. He's only gonna took it.
I like it a lot. 2 minutes to the close of the candle.
Aussie dollar has been destroyed. Well, at least I got in along to the dollar yen as well. You know, I bought that anyway at the 55 level. I'm taking that up for 40 pips.
I'm going to start marking these off. These are the ones I'm in, mate. So Euro dollar is number 1. Entry at 21.16. My profit target's at 20.53. And I've got to stop at 21.58. That's one. Oops. Hang on, let me go back. Okay, this is another one. Aussie dollar, dollar, dollar. Son of a gun. So Euro JPY. Wow, that was quick. Hang on, let me switch over to Euro JPY and see what the hell's going on.
There's a lot happening, man. A lot happening.
Son of a gun. Holy support, Batman. 30 seconds. You stay below 90. You stay below 90. You come back down. I'm going to do a video, how to lose a trade in 15 minutes. Look at, that's impressive. How to lose a trade in 15 minutes, man.
Did you enter that for a sell? Yeah.
Yeah. I got taken in at 67. Shoot. That ain't good.
Yeah, I wouldn't get too distracted by that very long bullish sort of dollar yen candle.
69 now? Holy cow. If we close the hour, man, it's gonna be dollar strength all day, day.
I wouldn't be surprised, mate, if it just comes right the way back down to 55. Because that's what it likes to do, mess around. Look at the range, it's not even broke out the range, man, to be honest. Like, it needs to beat 72 before I'm starting to think, okay.
Oh, it will. I think it will.
Because 71's a sell zone anyway, on the algo. And the matrix system has got a 4-column roadblock at 72. These things aren't taken out lightly, they take time. And there's no news. There's no news right now. And I did say, so yesterday I says the pound will make it to around 30-40s level and then start pulling back to some extent. Oh, euro dollar? Go on, sweetness. Go on, mate. Go on then, little fella.
What'd you do? You got in on euro dollar?
Yeah, 21.15, man. I'm 1 pip away. Okay, 3 pips now. 2.5 pips. That'll be 0.5%.
Nice.
But it's no good, is it? Until it's done.
See, these last 12 minutes or so of the hour are going to be a bit of a pain in the ass because we're coming up for the close. So, a lot of activity. A lot of things getting thrown around in the last couple of minutes of the hour. 7169 rather.
Dollar yen needs to struggle and die there. That's what I want it to do, man. Struggle and die.
Why, you want it to come back again?
Yeah, because the way I've set my trades across, well, I've got 5 currencies on. I need a bit of Rubik's Cube action. Between the euro dollar Aussie dollar's not helping out though. Not doing anything for me right now, mate.
Okay, so Euro
Oh,
JPY was a loser.
okay. Interesting. Interesting.
How to lose a trade in 20 minutes. Damn, man. I got that one wrong. Look at that.
That
is horrendous.
That's very wrong, my friend.
That's brutal.
That's very
brutal. Wrong. Ouch.
I think you got your take profit and the stop loss the wrong way around, man.
Ouch.
Oh, good.
I mean, at least have some mercy. Jeez. No mercy.
That was, to be honest, I think that was set up strictly for you. They're watching this show and said, right, as soon as Chris puts that on,
ready,
go back the way.
Shit, man, that was fast. Well, you win some, you lose some, innit? 72. Yeah, we're broken above 70, man. If we close,
go on then. Euro dollar, get out my face.
Pound dollar needs to come back.
$5.15. So Euro dollar just done, just one there. That was good. Unfortunately though, the second bite of the dollar yen on a sell 1 hour, that failed, which is probably my own fault because it was a second bite. I don't normally take those. Not gonna lie. Not going to lie.
Euro decided to wake up a little bit there, didn't it?
Aussie dollar, come on, little fella. I know you want to go up.
Up? No, it doesn't. Stop it.
It does, just for the 10.
No, it doesn't. No, it
Just
doesn't.
for the 10, man.
Stop it.
Just for the 10.
Stop it. What's this here? What do we got?
I am down 0.1% for the day, mate. 0.4 overall. Well, 0.36 actually. Not bad. Not bad. Not great though.
Do you know what?
I'm up 20 pips on dollar yen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which is good. Good. It's good. Great. Oh my god, look at it fly, mate. Jesus wept. It is flying. I've got a 104.86 as the resistance for today. Oh my god, 104.93. I'm selling. I am selling there, mate. So when it hits my take profit, I'll also be selling. Ha! Interesting. Aussie dollar is literally Not helping me out at all. Brilliant. That didn't work. Dollar yen didn't work. Euro dollar worked. Euro Aussie worked, but I didn't get in it. Brilliant. Well done.
Brilliant.
Pound yen, did the pound yen work? And I missed that one, did I? Oh my god. I missed it. It worked and I missed pound yen as well.
So dollar yen, I'm gonna go 10 pips above to 79. And we're gonna go 10 pips below the low.
Have a look at pound yen, mate.
To 30.
At 0.730, it dropped down to that 42 level.
Hang on a minute.
I had a pending at 38.
1 sec. 73. 552. Oh, we broken 104.80. Oh man, this thing is gonna fly. I think it's gonna fly. 49. Right. So this is dollar yen.
7706. You watch, Aussie dollar will get to 7706, and then things will start to change a little bit. And dollar yen will get up to the 93. Things will start changing.
Right, I'm in on dollar yen.
Oh yeah, to do what? Buy it?
Buying. I just
You
bought it.
just bought it?
I just bought it. I'm buying.
Was that a stop order or market entry?
Market entry, baby. Market entry. I'm not letting Euro JPY have the last laugh here, so no way. That was uncalled for. Unnecessary roughness. Where's the umpire when you need him?
Where are you taking that up to?
Unnecessary roughness on a player.
Where are you taking the dollar yen up to?
Up to 52, 105.52.
Really?
Yep,
And you're just gonna hold that?
I am.
Ooh.
Pound dollar. Come on, baby. 3 minutes. We got beautiful price rejection there. So on the 15. Oh, go on. Damn it. Just missed it. There it is. Ooh. Look what I got. I reckon this is
Look at that
about
candle,
to
mate.
take off, man.
Jesus
About
Christ.
to get going. Telling you now. Dollar yen.
I can't believe it. As if I made money on euro dollar. I bought euro dollar. I made 10 pips, mate. Look at that. Just for a laugh. Look at the move I got in at.
Where'd you get it? Hang on. Did you say euro dollar or dollar yen?
Euro dollar. That 15-minute ball back. That's where I bought.
That right
in
there.
mate. In there. half a percent in there, mate. Nobody would be like, no one would do that. Like, who would do that? No one would do that. I'm telling you, man, the system, it just gives you the details. Look at pound dollar. Go on then. That's what we want. Yeah. That's what we want.
I'm gonna have
Pound
to,
dollar to drop to the 30.
I'm gonna have to save this, mate, so I can find it easier.
Favorite it, click that star. Top. Yeah.
There you go. This is Rich's trading style, everybody. Although this was me on that Euro JPY just then. It's like ready, sell. And then this, 20 minutes later.
If it's any consolation, I'm 1.3 down for February.
1.3.
Not very good.
It's all right. We'll fix it. We got time. Dollar CAD's moving nice. Dollar CAD. Dollar CAD, y'all. Close here. Was 27.
Are you in that, Matt?
Not yet. On dollar CAD, you mean? Not yet.
You're about to get in.
About to. Hold my beer. Pound, dollar, euro.
So, note to self. I think I allowed myself to get distracted with everything we was talking about with regards to the selling of the dollar.
Yeah.
And what I did is I got in on 2 1-hour bounce trades, which were second bites. The second bites are always weaker than first bites, and I won the 2 first bites, and then undone all of that work by getting in on the second bite, because in my head, you know, dollar was selling at this point still, and then look what it's gone and done. That's what happens when you get in on a second bite.
It's a valuable lesson, isn't it?
Well, I genuinely don't really get in them.
Oh, that's what I mean. You know, you probably won't be doing that again.
And this is what I was saying to you. I'm fusing other analysis.
Dollar CAD.
So the rule for that strategy states, you know, you don't take a second bite, but because of this dollar weakness sort of analysis we were doing, I kind of conceded on that rule in favor of, yeah. Annoying. Very annoying.
26.61. So dollar CAD, I'm looking at for a potential buy. Hang on a minute. Right, so we got the close of the 2-hour candle now. So I want to see where that left us. Let's go from pound dollar. So in terms of pound dollar, we did get good price rejection to the upside there. Support is still pretty strong though, but we did get good rejection on the 2-hour, and we are very, very, very overbought. MACD is also looking like it's getting ready to give a cross. So on the 15-minute, we can see, you know, again, support has been very strong, very strong. So it's a bit of a waiting game still with pound dollar. Nothing we can really do here. This is just a pullback. I don't really trust this, what it's doing at the moment. Euro US dollar. Let's go to the 2-hour. So that left behind a nice engulfing bull, but obviously that presents opportunity for a pullback now for the test. Stochastic RSI is sitting overbought, very overbought. We are overall in the uptrend, but in the short term, I'm anticipating a pullback to test that big spot. I did it again, mate. I'm looking at the friggin' Euro JPY. I got a minute. Right, so Euro JPY has opportunity for a pullback now that it's broken above the trend line again, and left behind that engulfing bull, it's got opportunity for a pullback. If we switch gears and go down to the actual Euro US dollar, we see it's actually an even better picture. What we left behind here was a break of these two T3s, inner T3s, but as well an engulfing bear. And with that engulfing bear, realistically, if you were to combine these four candles together, that's arguably an evening star. Now we are very much in the buy zone, but what that tells me is that there's opportunity because the market likes to come back and test the trend lines, right? So, what goes up must come down. It's giving a sign that in the short term, there's potential for it to come down. The stochastic backs that up with still a little bit room to go. And again, the MACD backs that up as well with a little bit of room to go. Down on the 15-minute, it's a similar story. We have an evening star right there. That's actually a really clean evening star that we saw. Coupled with the sell signal, of course, we broke into the sell zone. We're now pulling back for the test. That's normal. That's to be expected, right? So we've broken into the sell zone, so it's now coming back and testing that. Assuming that resistance holds by way of the backside of that trend line, there's really two things. I'm going to update this, but it's two things that we're looking at here by way of resistance, right? First of all, the hand-drawn trend line, which is broken, and the automated trend line, which you can see tracks almost identically, also broken, right? So we've got the break. I got in here. We're now getting the test. So I'm banking on resistance holding by way of the backside of this trend line here, and the automated trend line, obviously, in order to protect this position.
And yeah.
If it doesn't, if the market manages to break through, then I'm in trouble. I'm actually going to add an alert on this as well.
Well, interestingly, dollar yen moved up to the 61 fib 83 level and it's dropped to 71 now. Slightly annoying.
Dollar yen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's annoying because I've got my market cap at 86 with a sell zone at 89. And I've got a 4-column roadblock at 91, 93. So I was ready to sell at 93 on the dollar yen there.
Yeah, but
and it looks like it's already had its pullback, or it's doing it now. It's happened a little bit earlier than I wanted it to, basically.
Yeah.
By about 5 or 6 pips.
Yeah.
Now it's whether this stalls again now and faffs around, or if it's just a small pullback to then continue long.
If it does stall and faff, then it'll continue to do so right the way through to the New York session. We won't start getting good movement again until the New York session, if that's the case. Because we'll need that volatility from the session overlap to push it. Right now, it's obviously just a pull. It's just testing, because obviously the candle we got just prior to this on this 2-hour time frame is a huge engulfing pull, right? Humongous engulfing pull. So it's obviously now coming back to test. I anticipate that it'll be this candle for test. Yeah, I anticipate it'll be this candle for the test, a second candle for the test, because this will be establishing a new high here, and then it'll kick off again. So that puts us at the New York session, right? I think this is done now for London.
I mean, we've nearly got an engulfing bearish on.
Where?
15 minute.
On 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, but taken in context.
I know.
Because this will be, if anything, this will be an official high, a new high being set. You know what I mean? So in context, and particularly because it's a 15-minute time frame as well, I wouldn't just look at the one candle there. I would actually look at this as the move right here. Right, from low to swing high right here.
I can't believe the Euro Aussie, man. I fucking missed it and I wasn't even in it. Look at that, man. It's beautiful as well. 5665 5665. That's traveled for 36
we're just seeing a light little pullback across the board here. I don't think this is anything that's gonna last. I think the calls that we saw come through are very likely to actually end up being the calls. Pound dollar is the only one it's a bit funny. Pound dollar, it's been a bit funny.
Well, dollar yen, I've bought that at 55 anyway. I've been in that since
Dollar yen.
I woke up this morning. Yeah, it actually
That was a good
took
shout.
me in at 8 o'clock, but I want it to reach the 105.04.
Came down to that 2-hour unfulfilled 38.2. You see that? Look at that. And then started to rally. It was daily support as well. That's beautiful right there, actually. Pound's just got a lot of strength at the moment. That's the trouble, because you've got all these other forces trying to have a play on this. But the pound is just. This is what I mean about the correlation thing. You know, is like for most of the time, yes, that is accurate. That is true. But there are also times where, today, case in point, prime example, the pound's like, I'm doing what I want. You know, it's like, screw you. To the rest of the pack, really, and it's just doing whatever the hell it wants to do. You get days like that. You do get days like that. Today is a prime example. But, you know, having said that, it's really twofold, this thing, right? Because on the one hand, it is kind of doing what it wants to do at the moment. But on the other, there is a little bit of correlation going on, because if you think about it, I mean, dollar yen is pulling back, right? So it makes sense that pound dollar would be pulling back as well. The difference is that if you then start to go to all the other pound pairs, you can see where it's really pound strength here.
Yeah.
More than anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, you know, dollar yen definitely does still have a bit of an impact on this pound dollar, but I think overall, as far as cable's concerned this morning, I think it's the pound itself that's in the driver's seat here. So, there's nothing to be done on pound dollar at the moment. Did I set up dollar CAD? I haven't set up dollar CAD, have I? Wait a minute. Let's go to dollar CAD.
I'm just looking at this dollar yen, mate, trying to figure out the likelihood of it reaching that 105.4.
Oh shoot, I just passed it. Dollar yen, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you want to see? If it's 105.4?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's got the room, mate. But like I said to you, you know, it may be a case. We may be staring at this all the way through to New York before we start to see it pick up again. Because if you look at the 2-hour time frame, oh yeah, and there we are. Like I was saying to you before, you know, if this has created a new high, or if it's creating a new high, then we need 2 candles of retracement, which means 4 hours in total, right? So if this is up, if this is up in 2 hours, it puts us at noon. 2 hours more, that's 2 p.m. That's New York. That's the New York session. To that point, that's when I think we would see this start to really move. But what we did get out of the London session, though, is the signal. You know what I mean? Even if we didn't get the move, we got the signal, because I'm fairly confident that's gonna make a push. Certainly looks like it.
Be nice if this candle finishes with a nice hammer.
Yeah.
On
Yeah,
the
that would be
15.
lovely. That would be lovely jubbly.
I'm just beating myself up because I forgot to put the pending order on for the euro Aussie. I got distracted doing whatever it was, staring at the screen or something. Trader psychology, man.
Yeah, but you know what? You know better than anybody, mate, right? It is what it is. There'll be another one. Don't sweat it, you know? It's easier. It's easier said than done. That, to be fair, it is easier said than done.
It's easier said than done, man.
It definitely is easier said than done.
when it's your
I will
own
give you
personal, when it's your own personal performance.
Yeah, I will give you that. It is definitely easier said than done. Right, dollar CAD. I like the look of dollar CAD. For a buy here, I'm on 2-hour time frame. I'm in the sell zone and in terms of out in the field, but look at that nice engulfing bull we just got there. That's also a counter trend line break. Stochastic's a little bit in no man's land, but the MACD is giving a beautiful, beautiful cross.
Yeah.
And then on the 15, you can see the cross happening there as well. It begs the question, is it dollar index related? In other words, is it dollar driven? And it probably is. Yeah, see, here's the dollar index on the 2-hour. It actually looks identical.
That's saying, buy me.
Yeah, and it looks identical to, if we go back to dollar CAD, right? There's the dollar index. Looks almost completely identical. Go back to dollar CAD. Look at even where the stochastic and the MACD are sitting currently. Almost identical, mate. So it's clear to me this is dollar driven right here. Which is definitely a good thing for euro dollar, Aussie dollar, Kiwi dollar, all my other trades. It's definitely a good thing. So in terms of dollar CAD, I'm going to go ahead and set this up. This looks good to me on a 2-hour time frame. 27.18 and 26.64. That's 54 in risk. So I want to go for a minimum of 81. It's going to put me at 27.99. So basically looking for a call for this to break 2,800 today, or this week, should I say. With 54 in risk, let me just set this up here. So I am going to go ahead and take this, mate. What do you think about it?
I'm in favour of it because you've got the two indicators there. The dollar index, well, we're long dollar yen anyway. Yeah, I like it. Stop loss below the low. To be honest, I know you've got your stop order, but I'd just get in there, mate. I think I would just get in there. If you're in dollar yen now anyway, it's an extra 10 pips.
Yeah, but I can't do that. I won't do it.
Oh, that's fine.
No, it's just because, it's...
I'm just challenging your rules, man.
Well, it's good, and do you know what? Rules...
Rules schmalls. Well, look where rules have got me today. I was up 0.4%. Now I'm down 1.2 because I've took 2 trades on a second bite of the 1 hour when my rule's not to. Plus there was a daft little.
Exactly. So you violated your rules and got burnt, right?
Because I used other analysis.
That's just it, man. Rules are there for a reason, right? It's like, why make the rules in the first place if you're not going to follow them? Why take the time and the trouble to sit and write them down?
This is what I'm saying, yeah, because I keep fusing different things,
Pound dollar. I'm liking pound dollar for a sell, mate. Sorry, I'm liking pound dollar for a sell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just waiting on the close of the candle. But I'm liking it for a sell. If you look at that 2-hour time frame, we got nice price rejection there on the previous candle, and this thing, it has to pull back at some point. It's gotta pull back. It cannot just continue going in perpetuity in a straight line. It doesn't. The market doesn't work that way. So it's gotta pull back. So that's what I'm waiting for here. Stochastic and the MACD on the 2 hour both
That
support.
is 100% that pound dollar. You might have missed the pound dollar, mate. The sell was at the 3862.
3862.
To be fair, the conjunction, the turn in the roads, actually, it's happened in no man's land, to be honest. It never made 362.
Well,
It never even made 371. It's just decided to start turning.
yeah, exactly. And in terms of the actual turning point for me, we're not there yet. I've got a sign that this is likely to come into play now, but if even down on the 15-minute, we're still in the buy zone. Still in the buy zone. See, but look at the MACD turning. Histogram is turning, right? So we're still in the buy zone. We're on approach to that trend line there, but I do think there's likely to be some selling opportunity coming into play here, particularly if the dollar does decide to get its stuff together.
Oh, that's
and
why.
move.
Pound yen, mate, it's hit a 100 fib. It's back to its previous high from Monday.
See, the pullback on the pound across the board might present for some decent opportunity here, because we did have a good rally on the pound across the board, and again, it has to pull back, right? It's just market mechanics, just day one stuff, right? So
Dollar yen's creeping, mate. It's creeping. It wants to go green.
It does.
If we get another green candle, I'll be up there. To be honest, mate, I think after this dollar yen, if this dollar yen can close out at the 40 pips I need in the next... Oh, no, I need 30 pips. I need 30 more pips long.
EuroCAD, I see a setup on EuroCAD to go long.
Euros,
I see it.
the euros do look healthy for long.
They do.
Euro has just broke a new top, and it's on its way, mate. It's on its way.
54.14. Let me drop this 10 pips down to 71. 53.71.
I don't see euros getting past. That's an interesting price level.
54.78 on EuroCAD. I'm looking at 54.78 from this signal. So I need to see where that actually lies. 50. What did I say? 54.78. Oh yeah, healthy, mate, healthy. Look at that. That's the next level of resistance right there. That's the next high. 54.78.
Okay.
On the 2 hour.
Oh yeah.
That is rather healthy. So EuroCAD. I'm gonna go ahead and set this up.
That euro dollar was beautiful, man. Look at it. Oh, it's going. I've already took money on that though, and it never quite come back for a second buy, which I'm not taking anyway. Aussie dollar did nothing for me. I find it strange that the euro's climbing and the dollar's climbing, mate. But it's kind of stalled, to be honest.
Yeah, but that's I said to you, man. The dollar is probably going to continue that way until we get to New York. I'd be surprised if we got movement before New York. Euro GBP is pulling back big time. Hang on a minute. What is back here? So So I want to see how euro dollar behaves at the backside of this trend line. Obviously, you know, looking at that as support. This is what I was saying to you before. We broke into the sell zone, anticipating the pullback now. That's exactly what's happening. So far, it's nothing out of the ordinary. And nothing to really concern myself with. Even though I'm short on this, I'm not worried yet, right? That doesn't mean I'm not going to get worried. I'm just not worried yet, right? Because resistance is still there. If resistance doesn't hold and the market breaks back above, then yeah, obviously I'm worried at that point. And I'll just, when I say worried, I'll just switch direction. Right? Like, simple. So we got about 5 minutes to go till the close of the candle. Markets are a little bit all over the place today.
Yeah, it was that dollar movement.
Pound yen's broken 145. That just then makes it right for a pullback. You know, all of the pounds across the board. To be honest, I think the pounds are a little bit overextended at the moment. I think they're a bit overbought at the moment. A bit too expensive. See, the thing is as well, we're establishing new lows. Can you see that? We're establishing these new lows here. So, you know, in terms of why is the dollar rallying and the euro rallying at the same time, it's just because the market is just behaving according to its normal market mechanics. You know, it's creating a new low. That's it. As soon as this is over, we'll know pretty quickly, you know, whether this resistance here is going to hold and push this back down again up with the next candle. We won't know. We won't likely know with this candle. It's not likely at all that we'll know with this candle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've not really got a lot going on just now, mate. It is in a bit of a weird in between right now. It's been strange this year trading. Coming into this year, it's been a strange year, I think.
It's in this phase. Told you. Market's in this phase of itself at the moment.
It is. It is, man.
Let me see here. So euro dollar. Let me just get my bearings here for a second. That should be pound dollar. That's why. Okay. Right. So 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes. I think we'll know a lot in 2 minutes' time. We should know a lot in 2 minutes' time.
Is that your 2 hour?
This is, no, we're looking at the 15. Yeah.
Right.
We should certainly know a lot in 2 minutes' time. Come on, baby. So we want dollar strength. We want dollar yen to rally. We want... That's it. We want everything else to sell. We want dollar yen to rally, and as a result of that, we want that dollar yen rally to push everything down. That's ultimately what we're looking at here.
Dollar yen won't get past 91 now. I sense it.
What if I ask nicely?
I'm gonna take my profit at 91 and I'm also gonna sell.
If I ask nicely, can we push it past 91? I want to see this go to 52.
Who do you call? Who do you call for that? Yeah, I'm ready. I'm poised.
Come
What
on.
else am I poised for? I've got pound dollar. What am I doing? Yeah, I want to actually buy the pound dollar.
You want to buy the pound dollar for 10?
At 3816 area.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Well, that's back at the trend line, so that's basically. So I'm waiting for it to sell, and you're waiting for it to buy
Preferably
right
the
back at support.
13.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna leave that there then. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave the dollar yen. I've got my bounce. I've set some alerts for the Euro Aussie as well. Pound dollar. Like everywhere is it at?
Here we go.
Are you looking at buying euro dollar, mate, or selling it?
I'm in on a sell, so I'm
Okay,
hoping it resistance holds and pushes this back down again.
Down to 20.094, yeah.
53. I'm going
Really?
down to 53. Yeah.
I'll be surprised if it gets there. 20.064 is my base.
See, that previous candle that was left behind on euro dollar on the 2 hours, a nice candle. And all we're seeing here is obviously the test of that candle. You know what I mean? It's not so far, from the look of it, so far resistance appears to be holding. Whether that remains the case, we'll see. But
Look at dollar yen fighting, man. Look at these little mini candles. Saying that, is that a spinning top? Top of the spinner.
This one here.
Yeah.
Not quite. Yes, but not quite, because it's not exactly 50-50 either side of the body of the candle. See, watch. There's one.
Selling. It's selling. Oh, it's
There's
selling.
two. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, that could pass as a spinning top. That could certainly pass as a spinning top.
Fucking beautiful. Okay. We need this euro to fail.
Yeah.
Something's happening with the euro. We need it to fail.
It needs to stop messing about is what it needs to do.
They are at white zone phase 4 though, both Euro Aussie and Euro dollar and Aussie dollar, which means it's once it gets to a white zone phase 5, that's the trend starting to lose momentum. That's what the system suggests. So it needs to come back to the sands. It's been out at sea for a bit too long, you know.
Yeah. No,
which makes sense because you're looking to sell at the height of the market right now on that euro dollar, right?
Yep.
That makes sense. So that's confluence right there. We're just getting a bit of a mini pullback, I think. But look at that. There's two hammers in that euro dollar.
Two hammers.
Yeah.
Oh, these here.
Not hammers. The other one.
Shooting stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there is. And there's that resistance. And like I say, you know, it's natural. It's normal for the market to pull back like this, to want to pull back like this after breaking into the sell zone. You know what I mean?
Can't believe that euro was, man. It absolutely flew, mate. It flew to 95 from 65 at 30 pips, mate.
Which one was that?
Can't believe it. Euro was it? I can't believe it.
Was I looking to take a Euro Aussie? Why have I got those lines there? Why have I got that position there?
I don't know.
Did I?
Delete it.
What is going on? Did I? I'm not in that. Euro Aussie. No, I'm not in that. That's bizarre.
Dollar, yen. Dollar, yen. What are you doing, mate? What are you doing?
I'm telling you, nothing till New York. I'm telling you now. This is not. It's not going to do. It's exactly what I thought earlier. What I said earlier. That we're establishing the new high for the next couple hours, mate. It's just pull back. It's establishing its high. That's all it's doing.
Well, we got a bit of a mini trend line around the 5.8 if it drops. Little mini trend line.
There we go. Resistance holding. So far, so good. This was I can't believe this one, man. That was that was impressive, this one. I got in and like immediately regretted my decision. Immediately. It's like, ready? Shit. Whoops. Watch it now come back for the sell. I'm telling you now, watch. Here's the 2 hour. Watch it now come back for the sell that I was calling before. I just called it early. Just called it prematurely. But it does come back for the sell though. Son of a bitch.
You can't write it sometimes.
Man, trading is fun. Here comes the pullbacks across the board on the euro.
Oh, okay. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Very, very nice. I like that. Aussie dollar's finding some strength now. Unfortunately, it just stopped me out at the 15 and then it started going long again. Ah! It stopped my stop loss out by about 0.2 and
See this,
but that should continue as well.
This looks quite nice actually. Just as a regular old scalp. Bet you this makes it much. This is so what I'm looking at here. Is obviously the pause, right? So we've established the official high. We got the pause right here. You could go off of this doji. You could go off the low of that doji, and or the close of that doji rather, and the high of the doji. 15 pips above is going to put me at 27. And then 10 pips below, 6795. And then 32, so that's 6747. No, I don't like it. Although saying that, there is some potential there, mate. Back to 6747. What is that on the 2 hour? Euro Kiwi 6747. Oh yeah, back to support. Basically a play back to support. Okay.
You doing it?
Game on. 6771. I'm not gonna go that one. 6738. No. 6747. That's the entry. 95. Back to 47. It's not bad looking. It's actually not bad looking. See what the pound's doing. I'm not done it yet.
I can't stop chuckling at your trade, mate.
Pound New Zealand's doing something very similar.
It's comical. Hey guys. It's the equivalent of like putting the car in reverse on accident at the start line of a race. And just putting your foot down straight away.
That was my Euro Yen trade this morning.
And just reversing all the way to the back of the pack.
That was ready, set, shit.
Here's out a risk, half your account straight away. That was funny, man. I reckon you should actually do a video on that. crop this video and isolate that one, like, you know.
I'll put it to a meme of somebody starting a race but slamming on the gas pedal in reverse.
I think you should, mate.
That's my project for the day.
Funny.
See, your Aussie's got a lot of resistance there too. Good level of resistance.
Aussie, right. Okay, so punch them into the my spreadsheet for filling out shortly. Okay, so ultimately, I'm just waiting for this dollar yen to pull back and then continue really, and hold on to it for the rest of this day. Ideally, I can hit the. I do want dollar yen to get up to this 90 level, because I'll sell it there as well. But I will still hold on to it until it reaches this 105.03 level, and then that'll be me back to about 1% down, which would be great.
It's a good day.
You know, they say in trading, mate, you know, it's how well you recover from your losses.
Yeah, that's it. That's absolutely right. Absolutely true.
That's the key thing, really. If you can demonstrate.
Just gotta be strong, man. See, you just gotta, you know, keep a brave face like this.
Yeah. Oh God.
I tell you, man, the market has been a little bit all over the place this morning. I'll tell you that much. I'm actually liking Euro Aussie. It's right at a good level of resistance. It's giving off an evening star. Same thing with Euro Kiwi. Well, not that Euro Kiwi's given an evening star, but actually that's a point. What's the 68.20 and 67.94? So it's 34. Just kidding. It's 26. What am I on about? 26. Mine's 38.20, right? So that's 38.07. I mean, hang on a second. 60. Right. So the high here is 68.20 and 67.94. So 68.20 and 67.94. That's 26. Right. So 68.07. Is the 50% mark, and it's already gone past that. You see that? 68.07. You can even call it 68.10. No, you can't. Actually, you got to go down to 68.07. 68.07. That's the halfway point right there. So actually, this right here. It's not quite, but it's so close to a dark cloud cover. It's not even funny. It's almost. It's like if that candle had maybe 30 seconds more, it would have been a dark cloud cover. So when you have something like that, obviously you have to turn to the larger time frame, right? Because that's not got enough to go off of there, if that's the case. Like what we see with dollar yen, I think this is just a case of we've created a new high, so it's pulling back now to establish the high. You know what I mean? Now it's broken back above support.
Your
question is there enough opportunity in that pullback? Because the target here based on this would be 67.47. I mean, I think there is. I think there could be. It's only here. It's only just here. If you look here as well, A, B, C. Yeah, I don't know, man. The market's been a bit all over the place this morning. That's for damn sure.
It's almost as if it's in between everything.
Yeah. We're in between calls at the moment for sure. And the market's just trying to figure out what the hell it wants to do. I'm still pretty confident in dollar yen strength because of, look at this 2-hour time frame. Look at the signal on the MACD. The stochastic's not great, but the signal on the MACD is really good. The candlestick formation that was left behind is really good. Where we are in the market and where this has occurred is really good. I would just add one little caveat here, and I actually said this at the top of the show, and that is that there is the risk that this comes down for a test of the trend line. There is that risk. So, there's a big risk today of all kinds of false moves, and we have to be very, very careful of that, right? Because if this candle were to close right now looking exactly as it does, then it doesn't concern me at all as far as the original call on dollar yen, right? I'm still going to be bullish on this if it closes looking the way it does. If it continues to fall, though, if it breaks back below 70 and then below 60 again, and then we've got 50 is kind of like the final threshold. But the problem with that is that at that point it's already too late. You know what I mean? Because then if I were to look to get in selling at that point, there's not much room before I'm at that trend line that I'm worried about, So it's one of those, mate, where it's like we're either going to take the buy here and give the market some time and allow it to do its thing and eventually finally move on the buy, or just going to sit on the sideline, allow it to fall back to the trend line, and then look at the trend line, look for a good sign, be it a candlestick formation, be it a counter trend line break, maybe both. You know what I mean? That's really the only two options here in my mind. But I do think this is just establishing a new high as a result of that previous candle. So the pullback we're seeing is just the natural pullback.
Yeah.
And then on daily, if we go up to the daily time frame on dollar yen, I mean, you can see here's the fib. It's the 50% fib, the 50 right there. The stochastic RSI isn't great on daily. It's at 64, but we do have a lot of support here. There's a lot of support. So it's one of those, mate. It's definitely a tricky market today. It's not for the faint-hearted today, that's for sure. And it's not for the inexperienced today. That's also for sure. Right?
I am confident in dollar strength. I've bought at the 55. That's a 50 and a 61 fib. It's a bullish fib. Even if it does go against me, there's a 104 21 to buy, which is in and around your trend, the daily trend line, strong level.
Yeah.
And it's another 50 fib, bullish fib as well, and it's my bottom of the market, the 104.08. So if I'm not buying there, then I'm not buying anywhere, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't really be in trading if I'm not buying in and around these levels. This is where we should be taking a risk at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It all depends on what dollar yen does, to be honest. There is a small sort of trend line of support in and around that sort of 104.63.
Hang on a minute, right? So dollar yen,
just reversals now.
104.63. Yeah.
What on the 15-minute, I've put in a little mini trend line as a.
Did you say you got an L5?
No, I've put in a little trend line.
Oh.
105.58 is a strong level for dollar yen.
Yeah.
But mate, we're coming up to 11, so we could probably wrap up.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That
sounds good.
You're right.
If anyone has any questions, obviously, feel free to post in the chat box. We'll be here for a couple minutes more. But we are going to start to wind down now as we're getting to the top of the hour. We'll stick with you till the top of the hour, but then we do have to move on to other things today.
Have we got any peeps?
Yeah, there's a few people. There's a few people in here.
What's everyone got to say, man?
I don't know. What's everyone got to say?
Is anyone in on the dollar yen or what?
If anybody's got institutional level volume and you'd like to come in on dollar yen and help us out, and you're hearing this, feel free.
Has anyone got about 50 million that they could just stick on?
Go on, be a pal. Yeah, this is gonna be stubborn, man. It's just one of those. It's just gonna be stubborn for a couple hours. We just have to be patient. You know?
I know, man. All good. All good in the hood.
All good in the hood.
Go on, dollar yen. Go on. If you was to give odds, if you was to offer some odds against the dollar yen reaching a certain price,
yeah,
what odds would you give dollar yen reaching 105?
105. I'd say there's as long as that trend line holds, and actually now as long as this candlestick holds, there's like a 90% likelihood.
I actually like where it is just now, to be honest. The price where it is just now is good. It's at the top of that sort of range. If it holds here,
it needs to hold. That's the thing. It definitely needs to hold. So 70 is a critical level now. It's become a critical level. It was 50, then it was 60, now it's 70. Because we know dollar yen likes to move in little 10 pip increments and then hang out and torture us for a while.
Yeah.
Right in here as well. I mean, you pointed out that spinning top, which even though it's not exactly a spinning top like to the T, it's pretty damn near close. And so, you know, the market, we broke out here, but there's a good chance it just comes back to try to find that range again. The problem with that is that it supports my theory that we're just going to be range bound on this until New York. You know, we're literally just going to go sideways on this until New York, I reckon. So, you know, that's why risk and equity management is so critically important, because, you know, with a situation like this where you can see, okay, there's a way out, because I'm in a bit of a situation at the moment, right? But I can still clearly see a way out of it. Hence why I'm still holding the positions. But in order to hold those positions, in order for me to actually pull that off, I need to have put proper risk in place, you know, risk management in place. You know what I mean? Because if I'm over risking the account, if I'm over leveraging, or over exposing, then I'm a lot more worried about things than I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the key. That's the trick. You know, if you get into a situation like this where you can see a clear way out, it's just going to require some time and patience, and giving the market some room to move like that. You need the facilities to be able to do that. Otherwise, you know, that's not for you, right? That style of trading is not for you. But I do genuinely think that's what we're looking at, mate. I think, you know, because we've established this new high, you know, we're establishing the high on the 2-hour time frame. So I think, you know, we get to the close of this candle in an hour's time, then we get another candle of pullback, and that lines us up perfectly with New York. So that as soon as we get that second candle of pullback closed, we then get the injection of volume from New York opening, and then I think that's when we see, or, you know, in the latter half of that second pullback candle. You know what I mean? That's when we start to see it go again, I think. Until then, though, this is more than likely just going to hang out exactly where it is. which means I'll be upside down for a little bit. But hey ho, that's part of it. Other than that, dollar CAD, looking for dollar CAD to push bullish again. It managed to break 2,700 for a hot second, and that's obviously a pretty consequential level. It's now coming back for the test again. Totally normal. In fact, this looks pretty darn similar to what we're seeing on dollar yen. And if we go down to the dollar index, well, we can see that that'll be why, right? We're basically, the dollar is in control here. That's pretty darn clear. Got a nice big engulfing bull right here. Market's coming back to test it. That's all we're looking at. So in terms of dollar CAD, I have the pending order there, so I'm not in this, but I have the pending order set there at 27.18. Right.
Good one.
In terms of Aussie dollar, okay, again, if we're seeing the pullback on the dollar, then naturally, the dollar is in the driver's seat here, then naturally we're going to see that pullback across the board, and that's exactly what we're seeing, right? Aussie dollar, we got this large engulfing bear, market's coming back to test it. Kiwi dollar, same thing, large engulfing bear, right down to support as well, and the market's coming back to test it. And actually, in the case of Kiwi dollar, we have this little flagpole pennant that I'm tracking here, and the market's just come back inside and is now testing resistance. Pound dollar is just on a planet of its own today. Just wants to do whatever the hell it wants to do. No regard for anything else. So, hey, power to you. You do you, pound dollar.
Yeah.
But I'm avoiding it at the moment because it's not giving me a clear reading either way. Pound Kiwi. Now, obviously, with such a large rally, I'm anticipating a pullback, and we are starting to see that. So if anything, I'm going to be paying close attention to these 15-minute time frames, and I'm going to look to see if there's any opportunity to be had between now and New York to take advantage of some of these pullbacks here. But other than that, man, that's where we stand. Not great. Bit upside down at the moment, but this is part of it. And like I say, I can see the bigger picture, at least for now. That may change, so I'm going to be monitoring this. But at least for now, I can still see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I mean? So I'm still holding.
I do too, mate. I do too. I'm going to watch it on the 1 minute chart. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to sit here like this.
I'll be with you, mate.
I'm going to sit here like this on the 1 minute.
We'll be doing this together all morning, don't worry.
You know what's frustrating? I've got a 61 fib at the 104.83. And it sold off 14 pips. Looks really good on a 1 minute. But yeah, no, I agree. Dollar to hold forever. And we'll see what hey, you know what we've not done? Reviewed what happened yesterday. What currency was it we was looking at? And we says we was going to review it this morning. I can't remember which trade it was, mate.
You're right.
Should we do that?
Was it Aussie dollar? It was Aussie dollar. I think.
I can't remember, man.
I can't remember. It was so long ago.
It was so. Which one was it?
I don't remember what I ate for breakfast, mate. You want me to remember what I traded yesterday?
Oh, don't mention food. I'm starving.
Well, let's go ahead and put a pin in it here, mate. Let's
go eat.
Let's call it for today. With that being said, for those of you who are still with us, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the session. Rich, it's been great, mate, as always. Keep in touch throughout the day. We'll touch base. And yeah, have a great day, everybody. We will be together again, as always, tomorrow, 8:30 to 11 a.m. GMT. And that'll be the final show for the week. So be there or be square. All right. Until then, if you like what you saw today, folks, go ahead and give us a like. And if you want more of this, we get together every Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 11 a.m. GMT, and have a laugh. We make some money, we find some trades, we lose some money sometimes. Either way, though, no matter what we do, we have a laugh, we have a good time. So it's always fun and informative. So, yeah, do subscribe and do join us wherever you can. Also, don't forget one final thing, and then I'll let everybody go. One final thing, do join us on our Facebook group. The link is in the description of this video, so go ahead and click on that link and join us in our Facebook group. Right. With that being said, that does it for us. Thank you so much once again, everybody. Rich, as always, mate, absolute pleasure.
As always, nice one.
Cheers,
I'll
man.
text you later, mate.
Sounds good. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Until then, you know the drill, folks. To your health, wealth, and happiness always. This is Christopher Guzman and Richard Hooper signing out and saying good day. Take care,
See you later,
my friends.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.